guys, welcome back to the fourth video, I guess. Yeah, the fourth video in a row about mixing and mastering using three plugins. So in the last video I talked about how to make our synth group a lot louder using the Modern Analoger and the Modern Black Dragon. And today I want to make the drums a little bit louder. And why I'm gonna do that? Because if we listen to this clip now, because we boosted the synths and the bass quite a lot, our drums actually start to be pushed away a little bit by the synths and the bass. So if I play this, we can hear that the drums start to push away a little bit. It's not that big, it's not that noticeable, but I guess that when I make the drums even fatter, I can also boost the Black Dragon and the Modern Analoger a little bit higher. So let's see how we can do that, and let's see how much volume we can get out of this. So on the drums track I've already got my 1176 ME, which is the sort of like a limiting amplifier. And what this does, it basically limits everything that is going through this. Now it's not really acting as a limiter at the moment, it's more acting like a amplifier, I guess. So let's delete this one, or let's just close it down. And I'm going to add the Modern LA2 ME. I'm gonna add it after the leveling amplifier. And why am I doing that is this one itself is actually also a leveling amplifier. So just like the other one, it's basically the same thing that's going on within this plugin, but the whole modeling of the plugin itself is a little bit different, and therefore it sounds a little bit different. So you can see it has a different set of knobs. It has a limit and compress switch, so we can switch between limiting and compressing. I'm gonna set this to limit. Then I have the gain knob, which basically controls the volume. Then we have a switch for mono and dual, so if you have a mono signal, use that one. If you have a dual signal, we'll use that one. Then we can choose to see the VU meter based on the gain reduction or based on the output level. So we can switch between that. I like the gain reduction. I like to be able to see how much gain reduction I'm getting. Then we have a peak reduction knob, which will bring down the highest peaks in the signal. And then we have a power switch. Really simple. Like that. So let's see what we can do with this. I'm gonna play this drums group. And let's see what happens when we bring up the gain knob. So we get a lot of distortion. I can bring the peak reduction down. So the difference is very subtle, but let's listen to it in context with the rest of our project. This is without. And this is with. So you can really hear how much of a difference that makes. When we listen to just the drums alone, the difference seems to be pretty subtle. I mean, there is a difference, but it doesn't sound to be like a really big difference. But as soon as I play this in its entirety, you can hear that the difference is actually really big. We get a lot more punch out of the low end, and we also get a nice click on the start of the kick drum now. So I can bring that peak reduction up a little bit more to see how it sounds. bring the gain down a little bit. So it sounds really good. One thing though, I find that the kick drum becomes a little bit too thin. It has a little bit too less low frequencies. Now you might think we can boost this one. I mean, we can just delete this EQ and it's going to be all right. That's not going to be the thing, because this EQ is taking out some low mids, but I find that the kick drum lacks a little bit of sub. So I'm going to add the Modern Equalizer in front of my EQ8. This is the Modern Equalizer, and it's a really simple equalizer actually. It's a pretty good one as well. I like the fact that you can choose what you're going to use and what not. So let's see, we've got our low band, low mid, highs and high mid. I'm not going to use these ones, I'm only going to focus on this low band. So let's listen to this, and let's add a little bit of low. So we're just adding a little bit of low frequencies to that kick drum. I can bring this one up a little maybe. Yeah, that sounds really good. In the next video I'm going to be looking into a little bit more of a different plugins. I'm not going to be looking into one of the Entrance plugins in the next one. I'm going to be looking into a totally different thing. So the links to the Entrance plugins can be found in the description below this video. You need to be aware because these plugins are not all on the Entrance official website anymore. So I'm going to include links to the place where you can download them. And I mean, they're still really good plugins, even though they're discontinued products. So I'll see you back in the next one. Peace.